They really cut my stream. We was just trying to watch something good and fun, and they cut my stream. Crazy. It's so annoying. Oh man. That's so annoying. The life of a YouTuber. Okay, well I'm back. YouTuber, so let me get the pop out chat. Okay, well I'm back. YouTuber, so let me get overlay. Stupid. I don't even know if people gonna come back. I don't even know if people gonna come back. I don't even know if people gonna come back. Whack. I don't even know if people gonna come back. Whack. So whack. Well, this is probably gonna be like an early day if I can't get nobody back up in here. Some big haters. YouTube just don't want to see me be great. YouTube just won't let me be great. It's wild. K-Elf, welcome back, K-Elf. There we go, I got that working. We're gonna see how many people actually come back. Yeah, I gotta go to this now. Where's all? We gonna put this in live streams. I feel like I had to tell people about the real mic. This is crazy. The last 2 minutes it just says stream unavailable. That's so funny. Jorge, welcome back. Slide, welcome back. I don't even know if you was here the first time, but welcome back anyways. They really cut my stream. They really cut my stream. Yes, YouTube, this is the second time. This is the second time this has happened. Susan don't even work there anymore. She's gone. Losing is gone. Wait, who run it now? I gotta relook it back up. Who runs YouTube now? Now that Susan is gone. Let's see. She's gonna be replaced by Neil Mohan. All right, Neil. Well, you get the L, so we're gonna call you Lil now. It got scrapped due to Lil. I promise you, I'm not gonna remember that at all. I promise you. Well, so much for wrestling. We tried, Jorge. We tried. I know, every time we having fun. Every single time. Right? Slide shared that video last time, and I was just asking questions. I was like, okay, Slide, can you explain what's happening in this scene? And YouTube was like, he can't do nothing because we cutting your stream off. Scooter said, you can't talk about the real Michael Jackson or they'll shut you down. Probably. Let me read what their excuse was, because I saw the email come through, and that's what made me check it. We watched music videos in here yesterday, and it didn't get cut off. Oh, hold on. It says streams are interrupted when copyrighted material is detected, and then after it's no longer being streamed, the stream will automatically re-enable itself. Well, you know what, YouTube? I didn't know that at the time, and I started a new stream. And it didn't even tell me why they stopped it, but I'm sure it's for wrestling. Even though it was clips. So, like, why can't I share clips that happened yesterday from their own channel? It's not like I'm showing, like, actual live viewing of wrestling. Wrestling ain't even on tonight. It's Tuesday. I know that much. I know that much from my childhood. Alright, well, let's watch something else, I guess. So annoying. So annoying. Alright, this is different. This is from Truly. I thought I got another email. Right? We watched rated R claymation videos and it never stopped. It never stopped at all. Oh, thank you, School of the World. I love your videos and I love your people in the chat. Yeah, I have a good community now. See, I'm glad I waited to start doing the live streams after hitting 1,000 subs, because in the very beginning of my channel, when I first started putting videos up and I had like 50 subs and then 100 subs or whatever, the negative comments from just random trolls was so high. If I would have live streamed at that point, it wouldn't have been a good community of people to talk to. I promise you that much. I promise you. I have a video from Truly. I want to see what else they got on their channel before I play that one, just to see what they have. Whoa. This looks wild. Okay, maybe let's watch this first. This looks crazy. If you guys ever seen Stranger Things, this video is from Truly, and it says, I'm becoming Vecna from Stranger Things. I don't know what that means, but we need to watch this just for a second, really quick. Oh, KL said, I enjoy y'all company. I don't know how we got here, but it's been fun. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. That's because y'all are a good community of people. I love it. Oh, maybe they thought I was playing AEW. Haters, man. Haters. I love open minds and people that know the truth. Facts. I love the same.
I'm being transformed to the character Vecna from the Netflix show Stranger Things. I'm really excited to go from my super...
Oh, you're just being transformed. Okay. I'm thinking it was about to be like some crazy, I want to live my life out as this. Okay. We could watch the other thing. Because this isn't heavy either. I just wanted a break from like the two heavy videos we started out with.
Been struggling and overweight my entire life. Growing up, I was...
Oh, I didn't say what this was. It says, losing 220 pounds saved my life.
Kind of the fat girl trope. As a younger adult, I would go to work, and then when I got home, that's when my binge eating would start. At my heaviest, I weighed around 375 pounds. I felt very insignificant. I felt very lost. I felt very lonely. I would always say, like, I want to lose weight and get healthier before I get pregnant. Unfortunately, I got pregnant unexpectedly. I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. I was like, at this point, I know I need help. I had my bypass in January of 2018. Currently, I weigh between 155 pounds and 160 pounds. My iPhone thinks that I'm like 6 different people in my phone, and I have to go through and tell them, no, that's me. I feel like a completely different person. I feel like these steps were the steps I needed to get to the person that I was always supposed to be. I have been struggling and overweight since before kindergarten. I remember 5 years old, I was told that I had weight issues. I was kind of the fat girl trope. I was a lonely kid. I didn't have a lot of friends. I stayed home a lot. And because of that, that's kind of what drove me to food. It was not necessarily eating unhealthily, but more.
School of the World said they need to treat obesity just like they do a heart condition or anything else. Facts. I agree with you. I don't like the whole, like, the TikToker girls be like, fat's beautiful, accept me where I'm at, we're healthy. It's like, you're not healthy. You're actually slowly killing yourself. And it's sad. And if anybody tries to tell you that to help you, they get so mad. And it's like, these people are telling you this because they care about you. Like, our bodies are supposed to be our temples. And it wasn't meant to be that big. That's why they end up having all those health issues.
More eating, just a lot. I would just eat double portions, binge eating, overdoing it. I would try to eat really well in the morning, but the problem was is a lot of my overeating came from not being able to cope with my emotions. And so, you know, I'd have a stressful day. And then by the end of the day, I would be going home and binge watching and binge eating. That cycle just perpetuated, and I actually gained a lot of weight really fast. I turned 19 and moved in with my ex-husband.
Yeah, weight gain from prescription meds. I hear people say that a lot, but meds are only going to do so much. So one of my guilty pleasures, I like watching My 600 Pound Life, and then what's the other one called? 1,000 Pound Sisters, and then 1,000 Pound Best Friends. I love watching those shows. I don't know why. I love watching them. And they'll use, especially when they're talking to Dr. Now on My 600 Pound Life, they'd be like, oh, you know, I just got the water weight, or it's my lymphedema, and it's like that only accounts for like so much though. There's like so much more that they just don't recognize they're eating as much as they
And within a year, I gained another 100 pounds. I felt very insignificant. I felt very lost. I felt very lonely.
Do you know how many calories you would be eating on a day like that?
Ooh, I don't know specifically, but I know just off the top of my head, it was over 3,000 at least. Now it's been so long that stuff like this is so sweet to me that I can't eat it anymore. Oh, I mean, it looks so good. I just can't.
I think I missed something Jorge said up here. Oh, I did. He said, if I'm WWE, I'd want reaction channels, puts more eyeballs on the product. It could be a channel like this that creates new wrestling fans. Publicity is always a good thing. I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. That's why, I know when I had my old gaming channel from like years ago, there was a point in time, and they still kind of do it. Nintendo had like a whole beef with like, if you weren't part of their partner program, you couldn't like stream or play their games, or they would like take all your stuff down. And it was frustrating because it's like Nintendo. People love your games, they love your product. If this channel is playing your game, allow it, okay? Because that's gonna make other people be like, oh, that looks cool, and they're gonna go out and buy your game. All right? Same thing like you're saying with WWE. It's like, oh, this channel is showing highlights from a match, let them show it. It's just, we're sitting here, this is a Christian channel. We've never watched wrestling clips on here before, and I'm sitting here like, get them, hit them with this. Could have easily had some new fans. They messed up.
I can't believe that I would eat the whole thing. I had reached a really heavy point. Me and my ex-husband had talked about having kids. I would always say, like, I want to lose weight and get healthier before I get pregnant, because I knew what an important role that my body and my health played in having a baby. Unfortunately, my health impacted my hormones, and I got pregnant unexpectedly. When I was going in every 2 weeks to the doctor's office for my pregnancy appointments, I realized.
And you would think people at these companies would like, because you have to have all these degrees and crap to be in these positions, you think at least one person would be like, hey guys, that's free marketing. We don't have to put dollars in these areas because these people are doing it for us for free. That's just common sense.
Just how serious my weight was and how far it had gone. As my pregnancy went on, there were different things that happened that just scared me. I remember at about 20 weeks, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure. Up until that point, I had been making efforts, but I was like, at this point, I know I need help. That's when I started looking into weight loss surgery. I was really scared about it because I was a high-risk patient, but I knew that the surgery itself and the healing.
School of Road says, I think once you become obese or something, in your brain, that doesn't link up with your gut and causes more weight gain. I mean, your gut is your second brain. It should be treated and explained. Yeah. So they say, because you know how when people be like, I'll feel full, but I'll keep eating. That's what those people on My 600 Pound Life say. They're missing something up here. That's why he has them go talk to a therapist to kind of work all that out. Because there is something goes wrong up here. Now, some of them, once they get on the weight loss plan, they just follow through, no issues, and they lose their weight. But the ones that really struggle and can't seem to get it, they do end up having some, like, issues or misfires. Now, they always try to connect it to the childhood and be like, oh, it's probably how you were raised or whatever. Some people, yes, they may be eating due to, like, a trigger because of some trauma they went through. Others, there's like a misfire or something up here that does need to be addressed and properly treated, so they can then go on to like lose weight and get on, whether they like lose it naturally or get the weight loss surgery or whatever. But that does need to be treated and explained better.
Healing from it was short, and that the long-term benefits of it were gonna far outweigh my fear of it. I had my bypass in January of 2018. From the minute I was cleared for physical activity after my weight loss surgery, I went and joined a gym. I would go and I would put in 10 minutes, I would put in 20 minutes, I would put in 30 minutes, and over the year and a half, I was able to work that up.
Saying you up to talking about what other businesses your brother competed against today? Yeah, I could talk about it. It wasn't today. It was actually last Thursday. I just decided to like put everything together today. But yeah, I could talk about it because we already get the idea from this. Let me go to their website and see if they still have everybody up on there. Like, cause in terms of like the presenters. Because that will let me... Whoops. Went to the wrong one. Why is audio coming through one ear? That's a you issue. That's a you issue, tech boy. That's not a me issue. That's a you issue. Okay, so... For those that don't know, I had a vlog go up earlier today. I was about to say this morning, but it's not this morning. It was... I think it went up at 3 p.m. Because I was at my brother's house this morning. We going over our game plan for, what was I going to say? For Thursday, because we're going to be in Steubenville on Thursday. So essentially there was, let me count real quick, 7. There's 7 categories, right? 6 were the main categories, and 1 was like a side competition, which we did not know. Nobody told us that beforehand. Because all the presenters in what was the side competition was confused when they named 6 people to go to the finals. And the people in this round was just kind of like, hey, yo, you're missing a group. And they're like, oh, no, you're the side competition. All right, whatever. So my brother, he was in the side competition. Mind you, we didn't know it was the side competition. That was called Technovation. And then the other round he was in was for economic prosperity. So we'll start with economic prosperity first, because that is the clip that I showed you guys for like maybe a few seconds where he was giving his like pitch. And what you had in that category, you had our business, which is called Black Boulevard. You had another business called Ube, which I don't think he should have even been in the competition, because the grand prize was only $5,000. And what he's trying to do, he's going to actually need millions of dollars to accomplish. And he actually plans on speaking in front of Congress. Like, it's already like scheduled and set up, because what he's trying to do, he's trying to replace a lot of the social funding and just replace all this craziness with just one option, right? So what I mean by that, when you have Section 8, you have food stamps, things of that nature, right? Vouchers that you give to people. He wants to get rid of all of that and instead just have one system that instead gives guaranteed income out in the form of $50,000. And honestly, you could be working, and his goal to start this off, to do the test run, is to give it to single mother households that have children but are also working, right? So he wants to give them a guaranteed income of $50,000 instead of giving them vouchers and EBT and Section 8 and stuff, right? So basically, the pilot program, it says it's going to provide a guaranteed income of $50,000 to 100 Black women and mothers working in the direct care and healthcare industry. So his examples were home health aides, childcare workers, STNAs, and this would be going on for 24 months. So he's going to need millions of dollars. He should have never been in this competition, because the grand prize is only 5 racks, right? And then he's already planning to speak in front of Congress to get the startup money from them. So he should have never been in this. Yeah, it's a good idea. He should have just never been in this competition. And he actually ended up going to the finals. So I think they have it up top. Wow, he actually didn't win. That's crazy. But just for getting to the finals, he got $2,000. So it is what it is. The next guy, I promise you on everything, I don't know what his business is. And it wasn't just me, the judges, because they're the ones who decide who goes to the finals. They didn't know what his business was either. He couldn't articulate it. He took way too long to get to the point because you only have 5 minutes to say what you're trying to say. I think it was like 4 or 5 minutes. And then you have a Q&A round. I couldn't even tell you what the guy does. I think he got nervous and he just kept cycling the same paragraph the whole time. It was weird. So I can't even tell you what this guy does, which is messed up. The next business, this guy wanted to create food carts. And essentially, think of a hot dog cart you see on the side of a street, and think of a food truck, and then think of something in between that, which is like the size of a kiosk in the middle of a mall. So I guess an Auntie Anne's, I guess that would be a good description on size for it. He wanted something like that to build, and it would be in like factories and warehouses, and it would only employ 1 or 2 people. So these businesses were supposed to impact the community, and giving like a job to 1 or 2 people, you know, on the basis that like a factory wants you in there to feed their workers to begin with. They weren't really feeling that, so that didn't happen. Check out Twitter direct messages. I'll check it out after this. And then you had, it's called Enhancing Financial Families. So I guess this woman wanted to just give basic financial literacy skills to families that needed it. That was kind of it. That was the kicker. Funnily enough, our business would also have workshops that handles that as well. So she kind of was doing something we were already doing. So out of everybody he competed against, the guy that wants to like get rid of, that's going to speak in front of Congress, he had the best thing, and he actually got picked to go to the finals, right? Moving on to the side competition, which we didn't know was a side competition. We thought we were in the second round, right? You had our business. You had another business called Seeking Supervision, which she not only won the side competition, she won the main competition as well. So she left with the $5,000 grand prize, and she left with the $3,500 grand prize from the side competition we were in, right? Her whole thing, I'm just gonna read what she wrote because I know it has something to do, because she's a therapist. It had something to do with therapy. But it said super seeking, I can't talk. Seeking Supervision will be an online centralized platform for all clinicians seeking a qualified supervisor, according to the Ohio Counselor, Social Worker, Marriage and Family Therapist Board. Because of barriers to accessing a qualified supervisor, many mental health professionals are unable to fulfill this requirement. Seeking Supervision will allow them to obtain their credentialing hours within the required time frame, resulting in more independently licensed practitioners who are able to advance their scope of practice and their salaries, as well as support our community through advanced care. So essentially, she said it took her longer than it should have to get all of her credentials done. So what should have been a 9-month process became like a 2 or 3 year process because there wasn't enough supervisors, and she didn't know how to find more. So she was like, oh, is there an app for that? No, then I will make an app. So that was her whole plan. And she really pushed the whole mental health thing, why people need therapists. So they were like sold, honestly. They were like super sold on that because everybody kept trying to push the mental health thing in all their pitches. We didn't. That's probably That's probably why we didn't get picked. But but everybody pushed it, but she pushed it like really hard. So ultimately she won like everything. You had another guy. Okay, this was crazy. In theory, it is a good idea, right? He's a teacher, and he says as times move on, a lot of the good teachers want to leave teaching because everything that's going on now in teacher world, it's clown world out here, right? So he said what he wants to do in order to teach kids better, he wants to link up with these good teachers, get their lesson plans, and package it into a video form that other teachers throughout the country can then purchase, and then they can use these awesome teaching plans in their classroom. So the cost of a textbook is like thousands of dollars per child. A cost of his videos for him to do this will be $15 to $30 per child, which will save the school like a crap ton of money. Sounds great, right? Sounds wonderful. This is where everybody kind of was like, nah. So when it came down, they were like, okay, you're linking up with these teachers and you're going to work with them to get all their stuff into like a video form that is then sold out to everybody else. They were like, so how much are the teachers making off of this, considering these are their ideas? And he was like, oh, they'll get 30%. The room got quiet, and then all at once, people was like me. It was like, 30%? What are you talking about? And he was like, yeah, you know, if you're a teacher and you write a book, you only make 10% commission off of that. So I feel like 30% is more than fair. And a lot of people was just like, what are you talking about? That same teacher could just put their crap on YouTube and monetize it. They really could, right? And be like, any teacher is free to use this. And just monetize it through YouTube. And you would get like, what is it? YouTube would give you like 50% or some crap. Or it's like 55%, something like that. So it's like, bro, that's not a good deal at all, right? And then they said, like, how would you even find these good teachers? And he's like, oh, I have a network. It's like, okay, you have a network of who you know in Ohio, but how do you find good teachers? And it's not even all of Ohio. You have a network of, like, people in Cleveland. How do you find good teachers outside of Ohio? And he didn't really have an answer for that. So he didn't make it. This guy actually made it to the finals because he was also in another category. It's basically a peer support student services app. So if you are a student, whether elementary, well, not elementary, but like high school, college level, and you're having a hard time with something, you could then talk to a peer who can like help you out. So kind of think like the big brother, big sister organizations where it's just somebody you can call on and talk to. That's all that really was. He brought his son with him, so there was like the cute factor because he'd be talking and the son would be like, hey dad, and he'd be like, son, I'm in the middle of speaking. What is it? What about the college students? Who do they reach out to? And he's like, I'm glad you asked that unprovoked question, son. And then he'd like get into all of it. It's like, all right, I guess, you know. KL says, I have a lifetime of hands-on learning experience, no apprentice, plus now I'm outdated and obsolete. That's funny. Hold on, what was that? And then the last group, it was two guys. It was just a fitness app, which they're kind of doing what a bunch of other fitness apps are already doing. Basically, it like the app will take a real-time 3D model of you and analyze it to show you like what you're deficient in and how to get strong in certain areas. But think of like the freemium app games you play on your phone. It's free to a certain extent. You got to pay for certain things. So essentially their app is free, but to work out, you're going to need either a gym membership or you're going to have to buy stuff to use at your house, amongst other things. And the crowd didn't really go for that either. So that's who we were directly competing against. Didn't win any of those categories. My cousin let me see where she was at. Okay, she was in a category called health and well-being, and the girl that won it all was actually in this category as well. So she kind of sped through everything. My cousins, because I didn't see what the other people pitched, so I have no idea. But my cousin, I'm gonna be real with you, I didn't understand her pitch when she told it to me before the thing started. Because I was like, oh, what's your thing? And she opened up like this little board. And she was like, oh, these are all the places of cultural and artistic relevance that's 1.5 miles from my house. And I was like, okay. And she was like, yeah, so I want to be able to keep teaching people and take them to these spots. And I was like, okay. And that was about it. That's all she told me. I don't know I tried to ask my brother about it because he actually went to go watch her speech. And I was like, well, what more did she have to say about that? And he was like, it was just all these areas away from her house, but he was like, she really didn't know how to connect that to the community on whatever she was trying to do. So, well, I don't know. But yeah, that was the competition. We lost. We lost. But like I said in the video, I feel like our life, everything's always been hard for us. Like, always. Even when it came to when I had to start the media company, nobody helped with that. Me and my boyfriend, we did everything out of our own pockets. You know, it just is what it is with everything. When I had my resale business, when I started that and went through that whole process, everything was out of my pocket. Like, I never got handouts. Mommy and daddy weren't rich. They never gave me money. Everything was out of my pocket. So we're kind of with the mindset that this too is going to be out of our pocket. Just like his media company with him and his wife was out of their pocket. And it just is what it is, you know. That's how it's going to be. So whatever. Tech Boy said racial oppression, Sue. You're funny, Tech Boy. But saying is trying to give back the hard way. That deserves respect and earn love. Thank you, KL. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's crazy because we basically told them, when my brother did the pitch, they were like, what equipment do you need to do this? And my brother's like, we already got the equipment because I have a media company. It's right down on such and such street, and we actually work with all these different brands. And they was like, oh, okay. And they were like, well, what about marketing? How are you going to market all these people you plan to help and work with? He was like, I'm glad you state that. I actually run a marketing company with my wife. It's called such and such, and we actually work with these brands, and we understand metrics and statistics and marketing and all of that. Like, that's literally what they do for a living, right? So they was like, oh, okay, dang. So you already know how to do all this. And he was like, honestly, if you let us get to the finals and we win, he was like, that $5,000 ain't even gonna go to our pocket. We're gonna spend it with nothing but black businesses within not only the city but also outside the city. And he broke down how we were going to be promoting them, reviewing them, all that jazz, right? Because let's be real, just because they're a black business, I'm not gonna give them a pat on the back just because I go to their establishment and get whatever we get, right? Whatever they're doing. I'm gonna be real with them. Like, if something needs to be worked on or fixed, that's the whole point of us doing this. Because my main issue with a lot of black businesses, their customer service is trash. I'm gonna be real with you. Customer service is trash. And then the ones that are good, everything speaks for themselves. But I also want to put out there to people that we are more than food and hair. Like, we are more than that. We are more than screen printing shirts and doing clothing lines. We're way more than that. There's a black woman that built a whole freaking community, right? There's actually a few of them that I follow. They built whole communities where, the kids go to, I was about to say church. They do have a church there as well, but kids go to school in these communities, right? And they don't go to public school and get indoctrinated. Everything is, community-based. The houses are there. It's stuff like that. There's a black guy that makes gaming headphones, things of that nature. We don't just make good food and cut hair and do hair and all that. That's all. That's all. I don't know. Tech Boy, I'm coming through 2 channels. I have no idea, my guy. I think that's your setup because nobody else has that issue. So I think it's just your setup. Race should not matter. So Tech Boy, I agree with you. Race should not matter, right? However, because where we live and how race is seen here in America, especially within the black community, right? What we need to do, if I can get them on the same mental page, even with their businesses, right? Because at a certain point, once your business is successful and you're seen outside of your neighborhood and you get them to look at it how other races can keep $1 within their communities, right? Because ours, we only keep it for a couple hours. You look at other communities, they know how to hold on to it for weeks, all the way up to a month, right? If that can be achieved within the black community, that victim mentality should start going away. That is the goal. But you have to, like I said in the interview with Roxy at one point, because me and her were talking about it, you kind of have to play the game a little bit if you want to make change. So you kind of have to walk that little tightrope until you get to a certain point, and then you could be like, boom, gotcha, right? We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, you know. How do you feel about partaking in marijuana every now and then, which I call God's green medicine? I mean, I don't smoke. And to be honest with you, like the few times I did smoke weed, it was like a handful of times out of my life. And it was with like a big group of people. You take a couple hits and then boom, you're done. I don't know. I just know personally for me, I don't feel a need to smoke it. Now, if I had to for medical reasonings, I guess if that was ever prescribed to me, I guess for medicine, but just in my free time personally, I won't. That's a conversation you would have to have with God. Because I think the closest thing I have to that is when I had anxiety last year and they wanted to put me on depression meds, and I was like, I don't do pills. So like the next step was like CBD. I couldn't take the gummies because I'm allergic to something within the gummy ingredients. So I had to get the joints, the little CBD joints, and that really didn't do anything for me. So once I came over to God, I just stopped all that stuff. Very proud of you saying, thank you, KL. I appreciate that. I hear black community on the radio. I am like, where is this community? All black people don't think the same. No, I agree with you. We don't think the same. I would say a large amount does think the same, but all of us as a whole do not think the same. But that's with anybody, though. That's with anybody. This is a psychological war of ideologies and the left ideologies. Yeah, that's really all it is. If we can break that, that would actually be pretty awesome. My mom gives me CBD oil. Hey, if whatever happens in your household, if your mom thinks that's good for you and it works for you, hey, more power to y'all. I think there's a time and place for marijuana and it's not to be abused. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. Cause I can't. I watch a YouTuber where he like smokes all day, and he's not the only one. Cause then you have like Wiz Khalifa and Snoop Dogg and stuff. I don't know how you can function like that, to be real with you, because out of the few times that I smoked, that knocked me on my butt. Like I could not function. Even the little CBD joints, I literally was like glued to the couch. And I wouldn't even take a lot of puffs or anything. Like I was stuck. I couldn't function. I couldn't go out and run errands. I couldn't do any chores within the house. I was just stuck on the couch. I don't know how people be cool with that, but yeah. Ted Boy says it's so annoying we as a black community. I'm like, stop it. Yo, Tech Boy, I'm telling you, I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I heard, so at that tech competition, I heard a few conversations, and the things they were talking, I was just like, please shut up. There was a lot of victim mentality in that room, and I don't align with that. So, but I also didn't want to blow my brother's like speech and all that. So I really kept to myself a lot. I really did. Yeah, we're in a spiritual war. It doesn't matter what color you are. It is your beliefs and your morals. I agree with that too. Because under God, we are all one. We are all his children. We are all his children. Don't forget the direct. I got you, Tech Boy. I got you. Everything can be abused if taken to excess. Obesity is an addiction. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Addiction isn't just drug or alcohol related. Oh, bro, I know. One of my friends has an addiction problem. And every time he fixes one, he replaces it with something else. And it's like, bro, you're crazy. This is like you need to go talk to somebody about this because it's not normal. Whoa. I didn't mean to click that. Black Talk Radio is so annoying, but my parents listen. That's probably just because they used to hearing it. Facts. We all came from Adam. We are all one. Yes, school the world. It's easier for a camel to go through the eye of a needle than for a rich person to enter the kingdom of God. Facts. That's one of the first things I read within, I think, my first month or two of reading the Bible. That's one of the first things I read. I thought that was the coldest line. I was like, oh, you spitting. Here, I'm going to show y'all what Tech Boy just sent me. Oh, Tech Boy said, fun fact. Hold on. He said, fun fact, the eye of a needle is a gate in the city. Now you know. Do. He's not, okay, Tech Boy's not gonna get that reference. The more you know thing with the little rainbow and the stars, he not gonna get that. But anyways, this is the site he sent me through DMs. It says Conservative Controversy, a satire site. You trying to be like the, what is it, the Babylon Bee or something? Is this what you trying to be like, Tech Boy? Oh, you've been posting since like January 5th. That is who you trying to be like? Yeah, I kind of figured. Knowledge is power. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. That's why it annoys me so much when people just don't want to learn or get educated or do anything. It's like you don't have to agree with it, but like try to comprehend or understand it or something. I've had the conversation with God about marijuana to be used as healing and not abused. It's okay. Seriously, believe me or not. Hey, that's cool. As long as God said it was cool, that's all that matters. Like I said, each person, they're going to have their own thing with God. So, if that's what he told you, cool. I wouldn't worry about it then. I would not worry about it. All right, y'all. I'm actually about to use the bathroom real quick. So, with that said, don't go anywhere. Give me like 2 minutes. Don't leave. Here's some music, but don't leave.
The wicked flee when no man pursues, but the righteous are as bold as lions.
I'm on angel time. Think the scripture's sweet, but it gets scared like it's Frankenstein. Everybody want the narrow path till they see danger signs. Prosperity gospel sound good, but it ain't changing mine. Devil got it to these rappers' head, but he ain't changing mine. He ain't good enough. I'm trying to walk with God like Enoch, but he took him off. I preach the scripture, they get mad because it shook them up. Oh, they said they won't beef, now watch me cook it up. You try to change, how the guy, he can hook you up. Proverbs 28:13, you better look it up. And they looking down on me, but I'm looking up. What? Are you gonna open up that book or what? Matthew 5:19, will you be great in heaven? Either that, or you get called least. Tell me what's your preference, I was born for this. Fighting demons, I was destined. Bryson Gray, high, and I preach more Bible than your reverend. And these other rappers, they just care about impressions. All these one-liner Christians, all they quote is Matthew 7. And if it ain't me, then tell me who gon' check them. We them lines. You know CCG is what I'm repping. I'm on angel time, think the scripture's sweet, but they get scared like it's Frankenstein. Everybody want the narrow path till they see danger signs. Prosperity gospel sound good, but it ain't changing minds. Devil got it to these rappers' head, but he ain't changing mine. He ain't good enough. I'm trying to walk with God like Enoch, but he took him off. I preach the scripture, they get mad because it shook them up. Oh, they say they won't beef, now watch me cook it up. All y'all calling yourselves demons, y'all deserve what y'all gon' get. And these labels take demonic sounds and turn them into hits. These boys used to serve God, they got famous, then they switch. I'm on angel time, slaying demons like I say it's sick. I protect myself from demons lurking, so I got my blick. I'm a warrior for God, so I don't care about getting rich. I see wickedness increasing, they say ignorance is bliss. Wage a war, you promoting sin, then you on my list. They on demon time, well that's what they say until they see a bunch of demons dying. They all work together, Bohemian Grove, secret signs. Pay celebrities to get involved so they can lead the blind. It's okay, give it time. I'm on angel time, think the scripture's sweet, but they get scared like it's Frankenstein. Everybody want the narrow path till they see danger signs. Prosperity got it to these rappers' head, but he ain't changing minds.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. She donated $20 to the PayPal. Thank you. Thank you so much, Scooter. I appreciate you. Oh, you must have do this as soon as I left. She said, I love you, Michelle. Check the PayPal. Hey, thank you, Scooter World. Man, you the best. You the best. Oh, I appreciate you so much. What a crazy time for me to find out. I checked my phone in the bathroom and I was like, oh, I missed this. This came through 27 minutes ago. I messed up. I didn't even know. I didn't know you. All right. I get the L for taking so long to figure that out. Tech Boy said, who is Michelle? Tech Boy, all the times Jorge been calling me Michelle in the chat. You didn't know that? Oh, you're way behind? Really? It's all good. It's all good. No biggie. No biggie. I appreciate you though, School of the World. I'm working on the video now for all the money from January and the 3 days of December. I always be forgetting that. But here, I'm gonna put, if you guys want to see it, from before I took my little bathroom break. This is the website. This is Tech Boy's website. So if you guys want to bookmark it or ever go there, boom, there it is. In School of the World, once again, I appreciate you. I appreciate you so much. I love you too. Y'all the best. I say that all the time, but y'all really are the best. Y'all are the best, man. I appreciate y'all so much. Man, now I need a good video to go into. Because of that. Gotta have some feel good video. We gotta have something we can laugh to. Dang, I got everything is like so heavy. It's so heavy. You know what? Just for this, let me see what's on my timeline for YouTube. Let me just see, and then we can go into some other stuff. Oh wow! All right, well this is kind of crazy, but now I kind of want to watch it. It says, "Is modern feminism hurting men?" And then the thumbnail says, "Are men trash?" So, I'm pretty sure the girl with the pink hair is gonna say yes. I'm pretty sure she's gonna say yes. Let me both load that up as a just in case. Tech Boy said, "Did I miss much, bro? Were you gone this whole time I was talking? Greg hitting anything good lately? He has. He actually has. Let's see. Let me go back to his channel, actually, because he's done a bunch of good videos and since the week started. Or since last week started. I apologize. Black conservative perspective. Here we go. You said it paused? Ain't no way my thing paused again, bro. Ain't no way YouTube messing with me again. No way YouTube messing with me. Nah, bro, I just checked it. I'm good. The stream is good. Yeah, you paused it. You paused it. Oh, it says Joy Bayer was called out on CNN. Ooh. That sounds like a good one. Ooh, the one where it says the feminist rage quits after men expose her hypocrisy, demanding men pay but wanting equality. I saw the clip from the podcast, but I never saw his video on it. Actually, let's watch that. That's probably about to be funny. That's probably gonna be super funny. So we'll watch that one. Let me get my audio set back up. Okay, boom.
Who do you think should pay on the first date?
I think it should be men. I would
Jorge
say men
said
for the
Chichi
first
threw it
date.
back
A lot of
on
you
there.
said
It's Jorge.
you were feminists, right? You believe in equality. But it's interesting when it comes to paying for the first date, you want the guy to pay. How do you reconcile being in favor of equality but also holding men to their traditional gender roles?
Ooh, they're stumped.
I mean,
All right, guys, so I got to tell you, I love it when I discover new content creators or content to react to. It makes my job a whole lot easier.
Yeah.
And part of my job is to talk about Cuckoo for Cocoa Puff World, right? To talk about some of the crazies in our society that really are taking us down a dark road in this country, okay? It's kind of depressing, but at the same time, it's entertaining, right? So this is why I kind of like to do this type of content. And the new
School of the World said, I'm so behind. If you want to catch up, you can move the bar forward if you want to, School of the World. Oh, there's actually a message. I didn't even know there was a message with her donation. I'm slipping. It says, thank you for your open mind and truth you tell. Aw. I need the little aw sound button. There's a lot of sounds I gotta get put on here now, but because I was shown over the weekend how to have all these extra profiles in spaces. Aw, thank you, School of the World. I truly do appreciate you. You're the best. You're the best. Aw, it's so nice. Thank you. Aw, I love y'all, man.
new content that I discovered is not really new, right? But it's from the Whatever podcast, which has like 3 million subscribers. They're bigger than Fresh and Fit. And I kind of describe this podcast as the white version of Fresh and Fit. Okay. Again, I'm kind of joking, right? But I also kind of have serious. Regardless, the content is still just as base, okay? They do a great job of going over their talking points and also exposing some of the hypocrisy of some of these young women in our society, these alleged, gender equality advocates, right? Some of these feminists, a lot of whom are just, bimbos or sex workers, right?
It looks good. It's, like he said, it honestly looks like a Fresh and Fit podcast. So I'm pretty sure it is good. Sent you a video live in 18 minutes. Oh, let's see what Tech Boy sent me before we finish the video. My man just be like, I'm about to promote all my stuff on your channel. Just to let you know. Oh, this is one of his videos. Okay. He says, I react to Matt Walsh dating advice in the 1940s. Dating is a threat to national security. What? What? Huh? What did you say? Whatever? You said it goes live in 18 minutes? Okay. I got you, Tech Boy. I got you. We will watch it once it goes live. I promise you. I got you. Yeah, the black conservative perspective has so much logic it kills me. He is so right. He really is. I wish everybody else had the common sense that he literally has. And
they do a good job of exposing some of these women and their faulty logic. And this clip right here is gold, right? As this guy is going to ask this girl right here, this alleged feminist, hey, do you believe in gender equality, right? And if so, which she alleges that she does believe in it, then why do you believe that men should take on a traditional role and do things like, for example, pay for dates? And I want you guys just to hear this woman's logic, right, and mental gymnastics as she tries to justify being pro-gender equality and a feminist, but wanting men to still pay for dates. It's very fascinating stuff. Without further ado, let's get into it.
I mean, I don't know, it's different for every other girl, but for me personally, I would just rather have the man pay because it's kind of showing what man he is. If he's saying like, oh, like
Alvin
you
Sam
pay.
super chatted $49.99. Question to Bangs: how can you complain about women being oppressed when you want men to pay for the date? The cognitive dissonance is insane. Send the asteroid.
Hold on. Wait.
No. Dude paid $50 for that question. Hey, Jorge says the Tech Boy is lit. Dude with amazing content. I love you like a son. If I have a boy, I want him to be like you. Oh, that's not a compliment. Hey.
Okay. So, do you want to respond to the TTS?
What do you mean? I
Well,
yeah,
okay.
I have the right to complain about women being oppressed. There's literally like laws trying to ban abortion. That's oppression in itself. There's systemic oppression. It's been that way forever.
Jeez. Okay.
Why do I even have to explain that
You are not
oppression?
oppressed,
Like, why do I
lady.
have to prove to you guys that oppression?
Are
doesn't
you
exist?
oppressed?
I mean, I'm here
Into
to
the mic.
stand. I'm here to stand up for women that are oppressed. Yeah, I don't like. What I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of getting picked on here.
Well, I'm just
What?
asking.
They asked a question. And now that you can't answer it, I feel like I'm getting picked on. Are you? No, you are not. You just can't answer the question.
Asking you some questions. So, would you describe yourself as a feminist?
Yes.
Do you believe in gender equality?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so how do you reconcile believing in gender equality, but also holding men to their traditional gender roles of paying for the first date?
Well, I'm just saying that's my personal view. A woman can, being a feminist is just doing whatever you want to do. And
Being a feminist is just doing whatever you want to do. What she actually means is that being a feminist is just being a thought, right? That's what she actually means. Women being able to freely get their cheeks clapped by many men, right, without judgment, right? That's what she actually really means, okay? This is what she means. Because, again, the modern-day feminist movement is always led by women who happen to really be obsessed with sexualizing themselves, right? And not being judged because of it, right? That is the face of modern-day feminism, right? OnlyFans, Insta thoughts, okay? Sex workers, those are the faces of modern-day feminism.
not being bashed by society for that. And
ding, 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 ding. What I tell you guys, right? Being a hoe without being judged, right? That is feminism, okay? That's really what it is. That's what it actually means. It doesn't have anything to do with women's rights, okay, or equality for women or any of that stuff. It simply has to do with, hey, I want to spread my legs, okay, and, you know, be with as many guys as I can, and I don't want anybody to judge me for it. I don't want anybody to say anything bad about it. That's what it means.
obviously, like...
Jorge said, no, I'd rather identify as an attack helicopter. I'm just going to identify as a billionaire. I just want to know where I get my money from. Like, the day somebody says I'm trans rich or some crap and they accept it, game over. I'll be trans rich. I'll be like, yes, I am a multi-millionaire. Where do I get my bank account and where do I pick my funds up at? I just feel like I should, live the richest lifestyle ever. I promise you.
Like standing up for like women's like rights and stuff like that. But
sandwich.
I don't know, I just feel like this question's really dense.
My question is, if you believe in gender equality, don't you think you ought to split the bill on the first date?
Of course not, right? Because this never was about gender equality. Again, these people, whether they be feminists, the trans folks, the so-called people of color, all these people, every single last one of them that claim in 2023 that they're still fighting for so-called equal rights or fighting for special rights, right? They won't.
Can you imagine somebody on the corner? Sandwich lives matter. Sandwich lives matter. What was I mean to hit that? I even hit that.
Special rights and privileges. Okay?
SLM.
All these women
SLM.
want the benefits of being a man without actually having the responsibility and accountability of being a man. It's really that simple, right? It's really that simple.
No, because my main concern with gender
School of the World Cup is simple. I'm going to identify as one of the believers in Jesus because it's true. Woo! Ooh, School of the World is like, I'm going to just hit them with the common sense.
equality is through, like, yes, in society, like, fixing that, and through, like, the system, but, yeah, I don't, oh my God, you just, like, ugh.
Try to keep a straight face. Try to keep a straight face, John.
No, I'm done talking.
No, go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
I'm done talking. I'm done. If he's going to be making faces, I don't feel comfortable, and I don't want to. I'm not backing down. I just don't feel comfortable when he's making faces. He already disrespected me, called me a bitch when I never once disrespected him. So I already feel a little. I know, because I already. If he gives me a proper manly apology, be a man and apologize. You say that you be.
So now he's not a man because she can't explain how women are oppressed and why she don't want to pay 50% on the first date. This is wild. The way she just tried to flip the script is crazy.
Be a man and apologize. Come on. For disrespecting me and calling me a bitch.
Don't say it again, John.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's crazy.
Again, she don't know, right?
What is a manly apology? Like Greg just said, she don't know. She just needed the spotlight off of her, so she went into attack mode. And it just does not make sense.
She can't explain it. Why can't she explain it? Well, the reason why she can't explain it is because she knows what she's saying is hypocritical, right? She knows that she's not actually really concerned about real equality between men and women. She really wants special rights and privileges, okay? She wants all the benefits of being a man, right? She wants to be paid like a man, treated like a man, except not the accountability of a man. Right? Don't want to put in the same work that a man puts in. Don't want any of that. But she wants, again, to get all the benefits. Right? But that was, I think, the first time this woman appeared on this podcast. She appeared on the podcast again, and she was asked the same question. And I want to show you guys if she's actually changed her mind or not. Right? Has she actually realized that her position is hypocritical? Take a look.
But who should
Those
pay?
guys are subscribed to your OnlyFans.
Who should pay on the first date?
I guess the man.
Okay. Well, you want a man to adhere to his more traditional gender roles there. I want to give you guys an opportunity
I feel like
to come in.
I am a pretty traditional person other than like the
OnlyFans.
I have OnlyFans. Like I don't post nudes on there. Like I said, I'm just trying to make my money. And I feel like I am pretty traditional. I feel like in a relationship I am at least. Like
Wait. Did she say, I'm going to just go all the way back?
I want to give you guys an opportunity
I feel like
to come in.
I am a pretty traditional person other than like the
OnlyFans.
I have OnlyFans. Like I don't post nudes on there. Like I said, I'm just.
All right, sweetie, you're not traditional. Like, even though you saying I don't post nudes on there, you're not traditional.
Just trying to make my money. And I feel like I am pretty traditional. I feel like in a relationship I am at least. Like maybe that might, you guys can't see that right now, but in a relationship I think I am pretty submissive or whatever. I don't know if you guys can't tell, but I think I am.
Yeah, I don't think so. Right? You got
I don't think so either. What did she post? Pictures of her feet? That, or she's just half naked. Like, it's just bikini pics. Like, it has to be. Yeah, another OnlyFans girl. You know what's crazy? We looked it up the other day. The average woman on OnlyFans makes like, I think it was like $150 a month. It was something like that. It was super low. Way too low to be putting yourself in the spotlight like that. I'm going to tell you that much.
OnlyFans, which is no surprise, right? I don't think you're a traditional woman, okay? Being delusional, unfortunately, is not illegal, right? It is legal, so you can be delusional about who you are, right? And what type of woman you are. It's weird. But, yeah, that does not make an excuse for the hypocrisy here. As you can see, again, this so-called feminist who believes in gender equality actually doesn't really believe in gender equality when it comes to, you know, men paying for dates and, you know, men, you know, having to take on a traditional role that benefits her. Okay. Again, it's just kind of amazing how that works. So let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.
Yeah, that's... She's not traditional. She an OnlyFans girl. She's for the streets. And then got mad because she got called out on it, honestly.
Are men trash?
Oh. We can watch this one next because this is going to be wild. Oh, Tech Boy's video goes live in like 5 minutes. So it's to kill 5 minutes. I want to show y'all what I got today. So I just got this today. If you can see it, it's the MacArthur. Dang, it's taking me out. It's taking me out here. I gotta put my body in front of it. It's the MacArthur Study Bible. My sister-in-law's parents, who are very religious, they got this for me. Apparently, this was my Christmas gift, but my brother and sister-in-law just kept forgetting to give it to me. So, but this is what it looks like. This is actually a really nice Bible, honestly. You got the sides, you got the back, and then on the inside, I don't even know if it like stuff will show on the inside, but if I could show you. So in typical, dang, because I got the background on it. You can't really see it. It's not big enough. But they have like the photos and pictures in here of like all the maps, the places to go. But you guys really can't see any of that. But I got this today when I went to my brother's house. Now, mind you, I've seen him numerous times since Christmas. They just kept forgetting to give this to me. But, you know, shout out to my family, which is my sister-in-law's parents. This is pretty dope. Adds to the collection. I have 3 Bibles now. Because I got this. So let me put this down here. So I got that. I got my King James, which I read every day. So I have this. This also has like colorful maps and stuff in it. I don't even know if it'll show up. I don't know, this a picture. Will this picture show? Nah, you can't really see it. Whack. I got that Bible, and then I have this. This is the Hallelujah Bible. So this is, all of this is translated straight from Paleo Hebrew. So from those scripts, which is pretty dope. So, and they use all like the actual names that the people would have been called in that time period instead of the English names. So for example, if I could find a good example of the names. And there was a name booklet that came with it too. I don't think it's back here with me. I think it's actually up front. So if you look at, so I could read it to you. So if we start in Genesis, at the very top, you'll have Hebrew. You can't really see it, but there's going to be Hebrew and then the Paleo Hebrew text. And then it says Bereshith at the top. And then it says, in the beginning, Elohim created the Shamayim and the earth. King James don't speak like that at all. So, and as it goes through everything, it keeps using Elohim. because that's what they used. That's what they used in Paleo Hebrew. So this version is actually pretty dope. And then when it goes through all the books, so you have the book of Melachim, right? So you have the book of Melachim, the book of Yirmiyahu, which I guess is Jeremiah, Yeshayahu, and then it says Isaiah. I don't know. This is like the hardest one to read. That's why I don't really read everything through this though, because that's like the hardest one. I feel like I got to read through the King James version first, and then I can make like a determination from there. You know what I'm saying? Oops, I'm dropping books all over the place. Oh, here it is, the name meanings. This is the name meaning book. So in everything I see in Paleo Hebrew, it'll give me a breakdown. So for example, the word atzman means like bone. Arabas means windows. Yeah. Though nobody talk like this. That's the harder Bible to read. That's gonna actually be really hard to go through. But is what it is. So KO said King James is more Baptist Bible. I mean, if you're Baptist, you can use it. I notice a lot of non-denominational people use it. Now, mind you, I'm still in my beginning stages. I'm like 6 months into all this, going on 7. So I don't know everything. And then I was also told, somebody said non-denominational. We got 2 minutes. Somebody said non-denominational is like, is close to Baptist, so probably. We'll see. But Tech Boy's video starts in like a minute and a half. Once it's up, I'll play it for you guys. I just wanted to kill some time and talk. And I forgot to show you guys the Bible, so that was actually a good little segue for that while we kill like another minute. And here, I'm gonna be the first person to like your video outside of you. And then boom. Oh, I didn't know I had caps lock on. Okay. Well, it's gonna look weird, Tech Boy, because I had caps lock on. You know, we could watch the countdown together. And apparently we're about to be watching him react to Matt Walsh. So reactception. That's what's going on right now.
Hello everybody, today we have a special treat for you guys. We're going to have a nice, happy, uplifting video today from Matt Walsh. He is a very funny person, and today we're going to be reacting to his 1940s dating advice video. And like I always say, dating is a threat to national security when you're a teenager. So I like this video. I've watched it so many times and it's so funny. So let's get on with the stream. Alright, let's make Matt bigger. And in 3, 2, 1.
So this should be a lot of fun, hopefully edifying for all of us. We talk a lot about, we do a lot of dating advice stuff. So yeah. I thought today
he usually reacts to some Reddit dating advice. So we're going to be watching a video from the 1940s.
Today, we're going to take a look at a dating advice video, which originally was filmed, I think, in 1949. We know that these days people have no idea what to do. That's very clear in some of the videos we've done. People have no idea what to do on the dating scene. Let's go back to 1949.
I'm reading some of Allie Beth Stephanie's chats, you know.
was back when they believed in chivalry and self-respect and etiquette, you know? There were no dating apps. There was no Tinder chat, no Snap Bumble.
Back in
if
the
you wanted
old
to date,
days.
you had to ride your horse to the next town, a 5 days journey, then kill the bandits who had kidnapped her. That's what you had to do, at least in my imagination. Let's check out this old-timey dating PSA, and let's get the real scoop on...
School of the World says, off subject, but the president of El Salvador is kicking butt and taking names. What's going on in El Salvador?
On dating. Let's see.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Also, Tech Boy, before he gets into it, why do you use StreamYard to record your videos? You can use OBS, because OBS is free. I know I'm not going to mention Streamlabs. You said they're evil. But is OBS also evil?
Yes, the
I'm just
ticket he told me about.
Oh, come on. No.
Well, let's see what he has to say. Here's the latest on my broken ankle. Doc says I'll be all right.
So Matt's gonna say, why is he reading so slowly? That is a valid concern. Like, really.
Only I have to stay off my feet for a week or so.
Okay, just to stop it there for a second. I don't mean to be rude, but why is the kid reading like it's the first time he's encountered the written word in his life?
Today, Junior?
Maybe he's struggling because it's cursive. The biggest waste of time in school is they made us learn cursive, and then
Whoa, man. Whoa. Excuse me. I only write in cursive, usually. It's the only neat writing I know. Did a Becca, so you better know your cursive.
Graduated.
Tech Boy, it's a waste of time nowadays. They don't even teach it in school anymore. You probably got taught it when you were homeschooled, but like they literally do not teach cursive in school anymore. It's become literally like a lost art. It's a waste.
And then I discovered that nobody in actual adult human life ever writes in cursive.
The Constitution's in cursive.
They may as well have made us become fluent in like hieroglyphics or something.
You do learn hieroglyphics in 6th grade, but not fluent.
One couple.
What did you say? You said you learned hieroglyphics in 6th grade? Sir, you learned hieroglyphics in 6th grade. They've never taught that to us.
That means a date.
Your children.
Okay, now wait a second.
No, it doesn't. Whatever.
The High Teen Carnival? What kind of debauchery is this?
All right. How you doing?
I thought we did something wholesome from the 1940s. You can let your kid go on a date to a carnival full of high teens. And the high part is, I mean, it's kind of redundant. Everybody is high at a carnival. We already know that. Especially the people operating the rides. Like the guy running the ride is blitzed out of his skull, and you're putting your 4-year-old onto this spinning metal death trap. You're putting your child's life in this man's hands. Not a smart thing to do. But this video is taking a scandalous turn. I'm already a little bit disappointed. I was expecting something more buttoned up than this.
How do you choose a date?
Wonder how
What
they made this
company would
video.
you enjoy? Well, one thing you can consider is looks. Woody thought of Janice and how good-looking she was. Yes, he'd enjoy that, except...
Are you just gonna be like staring at them without see?
Well, it's too bad Janice always acts so superior and bored. She'd make a fellow feel awkward and inferior. Well, perhaps someone who doesn't feel superior. There's Betty. And yet, it just doesn't seem as if she'd be much fun. What about Anne? She knows how to have a good time and how to make the fellow with her relax, have fun too.
Well, here comes the good part.
Yes, that's what a boy likes. He wants to know he's appreciated. Anne would be fun on a date.
Okay, I gotta say, now here's what I like so far. I like that all the onus is being put on the women to impress the man. That's the way it should be.
Okay, so women should impress the men. Okay.
For legal reasons, that's a joke. For legal reasons, that's a joke.
I like how we're
Oh. So it's a joke. Okay.
ranking the different kinds of women. You're never gonna find this kind of thing these days. Here's what I don't like. These kids are way too young to be dating in the first place.
Exactly. It is a threat to their national security. They should not be doing this. It is inappropriate in so many ways, and it's a waste of money at the least.
You shouldn't be dating until you're at least
What? What are you talking about?
25.
Hey, man, maybe 20. But look, you just need to have a house. You need to have like a car. You need to be settled. All that. You need to be dating when you're like 12.
30 years old.
Yo, Tech Boy is straight red pilled. He's like, yo, I don't have time for these girls. I'm trying to get educated. I'm trying to get me a house, a car, money in my bank accounts. Then I could date you. He's like, I ain't got time for no girl right now. Yo.
At the youngest. Second,
he's also a young man's proposer, so I guess he's
and here, who gets chosen, has the manners of a
Samsung
animal, chomping away at the cotton candy. It's disgusting. Chewing with her mouth open. No decorum.
Yeah, you know how Brett Cooper, it's all the bad words. We're just gonna put Samsung over them.
Or no class. I'm shocked that these kinds of manners were considered appropriate.
You know how many kids his age is like, ooh, I'm gonna try to sleep with that girl, and they have like such a high chance of getting her pregnant because they don't know nothing about condoms. He straight up was like, ooh, 25 is when I'm doing it. He's like, I don't need none of y'all. I'm focusing on me, and then I'll focus on you.
The 1940s. The correct response as a gentleman, if you're dating a lady who eats like that, is to say, excuse me, ma'am, your manner of eating repulses me. Leave my presence.
Dang.
This is dating 101. When I was single, I had at least 12 first dates end that way.
Dang.
You know, speaking of
manner of eating repulses me. Leave my presence.
Kids in the 1940s dating. What you never want to have to say is that your home got stolen, like mine did. My home was in my signature from home title lock until it's too late, and you've got to text someone, see if you're already a victim, and enter Walsh for 33 days of protection. That's promo code Walsh at HomeTitleLock.com. The 1940s are dropping the ball so far, but let's give it another shot. Let's watch again.
Oh, Mom, is it all right with you if I have a date Saturday night?
Well, of course, you generally go out on Saturdays.
Hello, may I speak to Mary, please? But, Mom, this is different. A date. I haven't asked her yet, but I'd like to take Aunt Davis to the High Teen Carnival.
Oh, and
what kind of name is that for a carnival?
A nice girl, but a date? Well, you're rather young.
Oh, Mom, give him a break. I think he can swing it. We all have to start sometime.
Well, if you don't overdo on dating, Edna...
Overdo on dating?
I don't know what she means by that.
Is he just dating for fun? That is so idiotic and insane.
That's what I mean. Weekends only.
Tech Boy was like, dating for fun? That's stupid. I'm dating trying to marry me a girl. I ain't trying to waste my time with these beeps.
And not too late.
Thanks, Mom.
So what's going on here? Both boys are talking back, mouthing off to their mother. What kind of is this what we call respect? Where is the father coming in with his belt, ready to fix some attitudes the old-fashioned way? That's what I would expect to see here. Speaking of father, why hasn't the father been consulted about this date at all? Why isn't Anne's father being consulted?
He's probably
the proper way to get a date is to bring gifts of silver and gold to the lady's father and ask for permission to court his daughter. If you get the okay, and then the courtship will last for about 4 days, and then you get married. That's the way that's the way I assume things were done. Not this liberal nonsense we're seeing in the video.
School of the World said I had the belt in my life. Leather razor strapped. I think we all did. I think we all got the belt. But the belt, you learn real quick how to act to not get the belt. At least I did. I know some people. I grew up with some kids that got it all the time, and I'd be like, "Aren't you tired of getting beat with the belt? Like, just act right. Even if it's like in front of them, just act right. Dang." All right, Tech Boy, we'll see you in a minute. Take them to the woodshed. Ooh, that sounds like you getting more than a belt. You getting a paddle, a fist. You getting something out in the woodshed, or was it a switch? Yeah, you getting the switch. You getting a switch.
Ooh, fortune telling, witchcraft.
Hi, I'm JT, and
I
I'm
don't
the
care.
Result Hunter, the search engine for conservatives. Let me just tell you what it does. First of all,
This aunt My mom used to tell me stories. It sounded scary.
It's a shame.
Samsung.
Look at that. Hijinks, frivolity, dancing, hot dogs. Totally inappropriate. Unacceptable behavior. These kids should all be home engaged in vigorous study and reflection.
Study and reflection on what?
KL said, pint jar and lecture. Mom got mad. Ooh. And she did. I believe in loving parents giving out corporal discipline. We're supposed to anyways. It says so in the Bible. I don't know why this new generation, that's why these kids be messed up. They ain't never had a belt. That's why they lack respect. They lack a lot of things. This new generation kind of crazy.
All children of Jesus, kumbaya.
Now we see how we ended up where we are today, right? We see the slippery slope, because first you got kids dancing at a carnival, and next thing you know, WAP is the #1 song of 2020. It's not hard to see the trajectory. But feeling it's going to get a lot worse now. So that's the date, and now we get to the end of the night, and let's see what advice the 1940s can give us for how to end the date.
How do you say goodnight?
Yeah, Jorge, spare not the rod.
Perhaps.
KL said I had an awesome day.
What are you doing? Tackling her like football?
That's another thing missing. They trying to break up the nuclear family. A lot of kids don't have dads anymore. You need a good 2-parent household. And I said good for a reason, because some kids come from a 2-parent household where like one or both parents just don't care. You have to have a good, solid 2-parent household. Yeah, when you take God out of the equation, all this happens. Yeah. Yeah, that's literally what's been happening. We see it play out every day now. Just sad.
Okay.
What a.m.?
Or it could go this way.
Well, so long.
Just like that. After all,
What? You want to have a dinner? What is this? It's not Disney, okay?
a girl likes to know you've had a good time. So let's try saying goodnight again. One more way.
Well, it's getting late.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Jorge, Jesus must be at the center of your marriage. So the best example I heard of that is the pyramid example. So where they have like, if Jesus is at the top and one person is close to him, but the other person's like down here, you're going to have a weird triangle, pretty much. Whereas like, you don't want your triangle to be big and lopsided, right? You want both of you to be as close to him as possible, which is like what you said, Jesus being in the center. And then you end up with like a really tiny like triangle. I can't do it with my hands, but y'all get what I'm saying. Y'all get what I'm saying. Both of you have to be close to the top. So it's like a little baby pyramid.
I'd ask you in for bite to eat if it weren't so late. Let's try to get home in time for a sandwich or something.
Yeah, Tech Boy, you said it a few times.
Say, that sounds good. I'll call you next week.
Will you? Well, thanks so much. I had loads of fun.
So did I.
Good night, Woody.
Night, Aunt.
Facts. Facts. That's exactly what it is.
What was that transition?
No, wrong. See, the appropriate way to say goodnight is to walk the lady to the door no later than 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Shake her hand and say, have a pleasant afternoon. And then turn around and walk away quickly. No smile. No, nothing suggestive like kissing.
School of the World said, yep, Jesus was not the center of my marriage. And now 2 of my 3 kids are not connected to Jesus, but I'm working on it. I'm going to pray because I know all your kids are adults too. So at this point, they're going to have to just come into it on their own in their own time. But I do pray that at some point they come to seeing the light just like how you did, how the other kid did. That's all you can really pray for, you know. But I'm gonna put them in my prayers tonight because everybody needs Jesus. Everybody needs Jesus. Currently divorcing, starting over. My kid's grown. Man, that sucks. A marriage breaking up is always sad, no matter the cost for it. That sucks a lot. But sorry, KL, this is like the beginning of a new journey for you. So hopefully this starting over will be on a better foot than how it was the first time around. Yeah. Men, love your wives as Jesus loves the church. Women, respect your husband and as the church respects and honors Jesus. Facts. That's why you're supposed to get with somebody who's as equally as yoked as you. Now, obviously, because this is life, it doesn't always work out that way. But we can only hope, you know? We can only hope. Thank you for the prayers. I love you, Michelle. I love you too. I love you too, Rain. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. I love you too, man. I love you too. Okay, obviously he said that's just life. It is, but hopefully this time around you start off on a better foot. What's going on, John? Welcome to the stream. You caught us. We're in the middle of watching Tech Boy right now, his video premiere.
Smiling, laughing. I have to say that the advice here turns out to be far too progressive for my taste. I always thought, you know, I should have been born in the 1940s. I think I should have been born in the 1240s.
Silence, foul temptress!
I thought we'd get something wholesome here, and I apologize that we didn't. What we get instead is pure, unadulterated hedonism.
He called that hedonism?
All right, that's all for now. Bye.
No. Tech Boy, you never answered my question. Why do you stream, or not stream, why do you record using StreamYard? Why don't you use OBS? Because in OBS, you can actually set up scenes and transitions and stuff. You can do like a lot more than with StreamYard. OBS is laggy? You gotta set it up right, because it's not laggy. Either your computer system can't handle it, or it wasn't, your settings are messed up. If it's the audio, whoops, I didn't mean to click that. Your settings are probably just messed up, or it's your system. That's what needs to be fixed, because it's not OBS, because I use OBS to record my videos. Caleb said, basically be happy for your happy memories and hang on to them. Facts. Facts. That's actually really great advice. The star swipes between clips. Oh, I love it. I didn't make none of this. Like, so the last set of scenes I had, which I'm only going to use when I record my videos now, I made all of that. This, I'm like, if I got to pay, I'm using one of y'all templates that I'm paying for. I'm using that. Oh, John. He says, seems like some people here are going through tough times, so I'll pray for this group. Thank you, John. That's kind of you. Thank you so much. Okay, let's hop into another video. We just having like such a sweet little moment. We just having a sweet little moment right now. Squirrel says, I wasn't even told about Jesus till after my marriage ended. So now I'm trying to make up for lost time with my children. It can be done. It definitely can be done. It definitely can. There's a reason you found out after the fact. Just like there's a reason Jorge came into religion when he did. There's a reason why I came into it. There's a reason KL found the channel and now talks to all y'all just like we talk to all y'all. There's a reason John is here. There's a reason for everything. It definitely could be done. Look at Jorge. He said this group is always in my prayers. Aw. He's having such a sweet moment right now. I do the same thing, Jorge. Like, I put y'all in my prayers every night. Aw. All right, we gotta watch this video. We gotta go to a video now. It's It's getting too sentimental right now. All right, this is the video I found earlier from Jen. It's getting too sentimental. It's getting too sentimental. We gotta look at this stuff. We gotta look at this. It says modernism is modern feminism hurting men.
Are men trash?
Oh, cis, heterosexual men, absolutely, especially white men.
What rights do you think that?
Wow. Wow. She said cis, hetero, white men are trash. First of all, what's the point? Okay. I know I don't understand the pronouns and all the verbiage. Cis and hetero, what's the point of using both when cis kind of just covers that base? I thought cis was just replaces the word straight. Just like hetero replaces the word straight. Why are you using both? Yeah, I'm with you, Tech Boy. Like, why are they using both? Crazy.
That men have that women don't today.
A woman can still walk a street and not feel protected versus a man can.
Women are probably like underrepresented.
Like, it started off with great intent, but you have people who abuse the system.
A hatred of masculine energy.
It's like anti-men.
Today I'm out here and I'm asking, is feminism still relevant in today's society?
Yeah, absolutely. If anything, it's more relevant now than it ever was.
Yeah, I would say feminism's still relevant today. You know, we built this country, men, but women at the same time got to supply more men, right? With no women, the world doesn't go round.
If you look at like domestic abuse, for instance, we know that it happens to people of all genders, but it seems to be like disproportionately like affecting women.
Is feminism still relevant in today's society?
Yeah, I definitely think it is. They put up a lot of bullshit. They pull up with sexual harassment. They put up with a whole lot of bullshit that us men just don't have to deal with.
Of course it's relevant. Throughout history, women have been discriminated against.
It is, but I think it's changed a lot. Feminism started out as women's rights, and now it has skewed into something entirely different than what it was.
Are we going too far? Did we do this and all the rest of that instead of being angry?
Now it's morphed into something that's more preaching like a superiority over men kind of stance. Like I work with some people who would consider themselves heavy feminists, and they are constantly dogging on men, and they openly say, I hate men.
I would say that as long as men are alive, feminism is always going to be relevant.
Why?
Because men.
It's like today we're more polarized than ever.
What does that mean? What does that even mean? It's always going to be alive. Why? Because men. What do you mean by that?
Before. And if men and women can't get along, it can only hurt society.
There are some radical feminists who generally hate men.
They consider us a hate group.
The patriarchy.
But in today's lack of nuance, is it considered sexist to even question the topic? And if I had to be honest with myself, could I do it without my own bias? I guess we gon' see. What rights do men have today that women don't?
Oh, let's go down the list.
A woman can still walk a street and not feel protected versus a man can.
I think we all have equality when it comes to laws.
Men are able to walk out maybe in whatever they want to wear, or, you know, be able to stand strong through societal pressure.
I feel like women take a lot of
Not true. Not true. Not true.
precautions just by being a woman themselves, you know.
Statistically, just going into like a corporate setting, if you look at how women are rated on performance review versus men, the language that's used, you know, assertive versus bossy, or kind of the dynamic of how individuals are interacting in the workplace, I do think that there are societal norms that place women at a disadvantage, absolutely.
I think you have to...
That's not true either. That's literally not true either.
So for instance, for pregnancy, right? There's no law saying employers can't like fire you if you're pregnant. Or like abortion, for instance, like that's a law that like only affects women, right?
But don't you think that's just kind of explained by...
What? What did she just say? She said you can't get fired if you're pregnant or whatever? If you're out on leave, you definitely can't get fired while you out on leave. So I don't know what she's talking about in that regard. The abortion thing saying it only affects women. It takes two to tango. So what if you want to abort your baby, but the man wants to keep it? That affects him as well. It don't just affect you. That's crazy.
Like biological differences.
But why does that justify making a law anyway that literally discriminates women?
And so biological differences...
An abortion law don't discriminate you. It's saving the life inside of you, but it don't discriminate you.
lead to different treatments and reality. And so I wanted to take a different view on this topic of equality. Do you think today that women have certain privileges that men don't have?
Yeah, part of that goes into being able to say certain things that, you know, men would get scolded for.
They can just talk completely out of their ass freely. You're not allowed to say nothing back.
Do you think, let's say, like, do men have problems that, let's say, that women don't experience? For example, in statistics, like, men have higher rates of suicide, and you know, obviously men die more when it comes to like wars.
Women can go to war.
Yeah, but how about
Women can go to war.
it's true. Who's overwhelmingly going to war and dying in wars?
Men. I'm not gonna argue that.
I mean,
exactly, sweetheart. You not going to war. You not picking up a gun. If somebody gets shot, you not dragging their body to safety while shooting back. You're not doing none of that. Men are doing that.
I feel like the war thing is a little hard to get into just because for the majority, men are going to war. It's not really women going to war, so of course more men die.
Why do you think that is?
I feel like that's just because it's kind of like the roles that society portrayed forever ago. Men are warriors and men are the ones that are fighting, and then women.
Do you think more women should go into war then?
Absolutely not. No woman should ever go into any military.
But wouldn't that be going against equality if you're barring women from going in the military then?
Well, I'm not saying barring, but I'm saying like I feel like as a woman you should know that you're not going to be putting yourself in a healthy situation going into the military, because like it's harder to be a woman in the military than it is to be a man.
I think that feminism is also, it's almost.
Thank you. Do y'all know there's like certain stuff in the military that you have to pass, like PT. I hear you. Give me a second. Like PT and stuff, right? And there's like certain tests that you have to pass in basic training. For the men, the women's lower is way lower, and like whatever they got to do than the men. Like if it'd be like a man, you have to carry this much weight across the thing. Women, it gets like way lower than that in the military. It's not even equal in those regards. You're just there. And a lot of them do take up those administrative roles we were talking about yesterday when the stupid chick was saying how to get dishonorable discharge and she didn't know what she was talking about.
It's an excuse for behavior, flashing your tits or something like that, you know, behaviors like that. Like, but if a guy wanted to pull just his balls out, you know, it would be a little less socially accepted for sure. So.
And I agree with that.
Yeah.
Do you think in this?
All right, let me get the cat, because he's going a little crazy. Even though he's literally, as usual, he's going to be back here for like 2 minutes and then gone. Yes, you are. I don't know why you're arguing that fact. You're going to be back here for 1 or 2 minutes, and then we're going to be back on the other side of this door because you just want attention. That's all you want. Come here. Yeah, now you're walking away. Nah, you're not walking nowhere. Nah. Okay.
Sense that men have less privilege today than women?
Privilege is all kind of like how you look at it, what you're looking for. I think I'm pretty privileged. A lot of black people probably don't say they're privileged, so that's kind of how I look at it. We need to just stop looking and thinking everybody got greener grass and kind of just accept the fact we're not in a third world country, you know, with Russia invading us or some bullshit, you know what I mean? Like, life ain't that bad. It's 78 and sunny out. Chill the fuck out.
And you're high as shit right now, aren't you?
I'm cooked. Thank you.
Now, I don't know what to exactly make of what I'm about to explain to you next, but it may explain what's happening with society today. An experiment called Universe 25 created a mice paradise with an abundance of food and water. The aim was to study behavior over a time period in an attempt to explain human societies. And it was all good, but after 315 days, something unexpected happened. The population reached 600 and a hierarchy was formed with larger rodents starting to attack and cause male rodents to collapse psychologically.
Under those conditions, social behavior broke down.
This led to a new class of males called beautiful males who only care for food and sleep, and isolated aggressive females who didn't want to reproduce. And eventually, the society collapsed because of the lack of reproduction, lack of care for their young. And the scary part is that after repeating this experiment 25 times, the same results were observed over and over again. A viral Facebook post drew parallels to today's society with weak feminized men with no protection instincts and overly aggressive females with no maternal instincts.
We need to kill all men.
It's a bit of a stretch, but is it possible that that's what's happening in the West today? Is the negative reaction of feminism coming from the fact that not only are women struggling, but also men? Let's take a closer look and see what this really means. May I ask you, like, what are some like examples of misogyny that you faced?
Oh, let's see. I went through there was one time, I'm a psychology major. We were tasked with counting how many times we got catcalled. I realized every time during that month I went to a gas station at nighttime, I got catcalled.
I've seen some of my guy friends literally make 30 grand more than some of my girlfriends, and just because they're men.
But let's say that the pay gap does exist. Why wouldn't firms just hire women then?
They have to find probably quotas at this point.
Do you think there's quotas for men?
No, probably not. There's a lot more men in power in the top 1%. A lot of the women are the ones left in the dust.
There's definitely, like, in the top 1%, I think there's definitely more men, for sure. But let's say, like, in the bottom, right? Like, most suicides are men. You know, most people with depression are men. Do we sometimes ignore that to maybe showcase disparities where it might not exist?
Yes, men do have a disadvantage at that point.
So is it fair to say then that both...
School of the World said, I'm getting hungry. I am too. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I didn't really properly eat today either. Stream might be ending soon. We gonna see.
Both genders at this point maybe had disadvantages in certain situations, but when it comes to the law, they're pretty equal and even opportunities.
Yes, it does have that societal influence more from a social standpoint. It's not necessarily what is placed in the law, but it has everything to do with how people interpret the law for themselves. With women, it's you have to jump through all these barriers in order to even be elected in office.
However, I did hear though, like for every male college grad, there's 2 women college grads. And I believe most college students are actually women. So I guess what would you say to that?
I know that women are probably like underrepresented in like the military or in trade school, so men might find more interest in doing that instead of like getting a bachelor's. So like that's like a whole career path that like women really aren't being encouraged to do as much.
I mean, I guess would you say that there's probably different interests in general between the genders?
Now there's like much more of a push to get women into STEM, so there's like more of that, but when I was younger, there wasn't really that going on.
So it does raise the question, does feminism account for the advancements made, or will they have happened regardless? And if so, is feminism more important than ever to preserve progress and also to prevent regression towards inequality?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it should remain. Originally, it's not a toxic thing. Again, what modern society has morphed it into, especially, you know, things like social media, it has turned it into more of a superiority kind of cloak than it is actually pushing equal rights.
So it did make me think, are we at a point now where there's actually male inequality in the West? And in a video titled exactly that, seems to be the case.
My latest book is Of Boys and Men, Why the Modern Male is Struggling and What to Do About It.
But is he just one of those red pill, misogynistic, cisgendered anti-feminists? And what he found through his research is that women are leaving men behind in advanced
Yeah, I agree with you. Feminism today is super toxic. Like, there's really no point for it at this. It really isn't. Like, women aren't being oppressed from men. It just, feminism today doesn't make any sense.
metrics like education and the workforce. In the 70s, Title IX was implemented to close a 13%.
There is a war on boys and men in general, both. Like, it's crazy.
Gap in college degrees between men and women, but now there's a 15% gap in favor of women with degrees. And so today, there's evidence that there's inequality on both sides. And as feminism has pushed more representation for women in STEM, we're not seeing similar efforts for men in female-dominated professions like HEAL or health, education, administration, and literacy. And with blue-collar jobs disappearing, men need jobs. And the thing is, there's availability. For every 1 STEM job, there's 3 HEAL jobs, but currently only 26 of those positions are filled by men, whereas 27% of STEM positions are filled by women. And so the more controversial a topic, the more we need to look at the nuance. But today, are we even able to, or even want a discussion in the first place? Are men trash?
Cis, heterosexual men, absolutely, especially white men.
Weren't you just talking about equality?
Oh, absolutely, but we have to have that viewpoint because of how much we've been attacked just by that gender.
But you just said that all straight men are trash. Like, that's a pretty big generalization, don't you think?
It definitely is. It's not necessarily something I'm gonna like saying via statistics. I'm saying via experience.
Are men trash?
No, I like my dad. He's not trash, so most men are trash.
I don't think men are trash. Men just have more advantages. But like I said, like I wouldn't want to be on the front lines of like, you know, some army. I don't.
That's when feminism goes out the window, right?
Yeah, that's it. 100% does.
And so I wanted to ask the same, but the reverse. Are women trash then?
No, I don't think anyone's trash. I like people. I think that there are some people that have had really bad hands, but in general, I would like to think that most people are good.
What would happen if we said that women are trash?
I say it.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think they're trash too.
I thought you were a feminist.
I'm not a feminist, no. Maybe a little misogynistic. No, I'm just kidding.
But all kidding aside, in order to have a discussion, there needs to be mutual respect. And if equality truly is the goal, do they mean that in all aspects? Why do you think women are allowed to say that men are trash, but men can't say that women are trash?
Because, I mean, just based off of history, you know, men have been the dominant sex. I mean, not even really 100 years ago, women were more of an obtained piece of property.
Sometimes women are trash. But I think more men than women for sure.
It's one of the many double standards.
Women are trash, but more men than women for sure. In the words of Jorge, once again, everyone is capable of being trash. Okay, what KO said, fact of life, it took men and women to get this far in history. We are both needed, and even though it's for different roles, we are both needed. That's why God gave Adam Eve. He didn't give Adam another man to be with. Like, crazy. Yeah, we all have the capacity for greater good or evil. Facts. Ooh, what is this? A well-known feminist, Bedina Arndt, I probably pronounced that all wrong, says she stopped identifying as a feminist because feminism became anti-male. Ooh. She's right. She is correct, but that's crazy. To be a well-known feminist and you're just like, I had to stop because it became anti-male. That's all it really is. Like, there's no point to have feminism right now. It doesn't make any sense.
Standards.
That's because of what feminism has turned into. It's no longer about the equality of men and women. It is more the differences between men and women.
And in recent times, that history of inequality has been exposed in no other place than Hollywood.
With Hollywood's sex abuse scandal growing by the day, Me Too movement.
Me Too. Me Too. Me Too.
The Me Too movement in 2017 raised awareness to numerous stories of sexual abuse of women in the workplace. And not only was the movement successful in exposing individuals like Harvey Weinstein, it even had an impact on public policy through the passage of laws to prevent harassment in the workplace. But like any...
Alright, you're acting up. It's time for you to leave. Say bye. Say bye. See, you so busy trying to fight. He don't realize he leaving. This is crazy. This is crazy. Say bye. Say bye. There you go. There you go. Alright, let's get you up out of here. Let's get you up out of here. And I'll see you in a little bit. And I'm gonna have to trim your nails again because you swinging off stuff. Mad and swinging off things. KL said bye for baby. KL said bye. Did you see the video about 5 things white people are good at? I did not. I did not. Do I have to like? Oh, now I should react to it. Let's find it. Let's find it. Let's find it. 5 things white people are good at. All right. Hold on, you said 5 things white. Oh, it says Pele. It didn't say people. It didn't come up under people. Alright, it's not coming up. It's not coming up, Tech Boy. I need the link. DM me the link. Maybe they took it down. Unless it's not a YouTube thing? Is it not a YouTube thing? Oh, Jorge says, I think we saw it. School of the World said it too. Oh, she thinks we saw it already. 2 people think we saw it already, Tech Boy. If you don't think so, and there's like a link. I think that was on the Officer Tatum video, genocide. Oh, the cut video. That's not even popping up. Here, what is it called? Oh, what are white people superior at? See, that's from Cut, but the actual Cut video isn't even popping up. So they must have took it down or something, because it's not even coming up through their channel. Oh, this is from 2 years ago. Somebody said it had 148,000 dislikes. Yo. That's crazy. I can see why they took it down. I can see why they took it down. Yeah, this says it's from 2 years ago. All the people that reacted to it. Yeah. I can see why. And then they had that many dislikes. Their comment section was probably in shambles. I have never seen that video before, so I would have loved to see that at the time, but I will. Whatever. All right, 10 o'clock. I know School of the World said she getting hungry. I'm actually getting hungry too. I didn't really eat today, which is not good and not healthy. So we're going to do one last video. Actually, I'll take recommendations from y'all. What do y'all want to watch as the last video of the night? And then we can hop off stream and get up out of here. I'll take any recommendations, anything. Because I have stuff, but it's like crazy. I don't think it's a good end of the night video. I will be nice and not pick my video. Honestly, Tech Boy, I probably wouldn't have picked it just because it's the last video of the night. Jorge keeps saying Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Okay, hold on. Oh, and then School of the World has El Salvador. Here, I got that open. And then taking care of the gangs. In his country. Oh, this video that's going around. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, we can watch this. Here, let me make this bigger. We gonna do School of the World's video first, and then we're gonna end on Jorge's video because his is just a comedy goofball video. I already know what it is. Oh, Matt Walsh reacting to woke parents. We actually did that yesterday on yesterday's stream, Tech Boy.
Tonight, the crackdown on gangs intensifies in El Salvador.
Ese sufrimiento que le hagan a la población, lo van a sufrir ellos aquí.
As these images of mass arrests and police searching through homes and families' belongings at neighborhood checkpoints fuel concerns that human rights are being violated. President Nayib Bukele and the National Police touting the efforts on social media all week using the hashtag #WarAgainstGangs. On Wednesday, citing over 2,000 arrests made in just 4 days in response to one of the bloodiest weekends in the country in 30 years. The National Civil Police reporting 62 homicides on Saturday alone. The president sharing these videos appearing to show prison guards roughly forcing inmates to move with clubs, tweeting also that those arrested would not be freed and announcing meals for incarcerated gangs.
Yeah, I've been seeing these clips on Twitter like crazy. I didn't know what it was for though. Ooh.
Gang members would be cut to
doing
one a day.
great job.
This as police round up others on the street after a
Yeah,
state
they're
of
doing a
emergency was imposed on Sunday that suspends constitutional rights like freedom of assembly and the right to an attorney when detained.
So the strategy in El Salvador seems to be first they arrest, then they tweet about it, and then eventually in the future they might investigate these people. This is exactly the opposite of what has to be done under the rule of law and under basic principles in a democracy.
Many Salvadorans supporting the government's move.
Lo que el presidente está haciendo está correcto.
Todas las pandillas hay que darle duro también, así como ellos hacen con la población.
But Juan Papier, the America's senior researcher at Human Rights Watch, is concerned the arrests could extend beyond those involved in the recent violence.
We know of people who are not allowed to leave their neighborhoods because of checkpoints that the army has established. And we're also seeing in social media that the police in El Salvador is simply saying that they will arrest people based on their appearance.
In December, the U.S. Treasury Department said Bukele's administration provided financial incentives to Salvadoran gangs to, quote, ensure that incidents of gang violence and the number of confirmed homicides remained low. In a message to the international community this week, President Bukele tweeting that no countries have helped El Salvador in the war against gangs, adding, quote, do not come later and try to tell us what we should have done or not do.
I think Bukele is...
Yeah, I'm with him. It's like, if you haven't helped our gang problem so far, don't be coming up in here telling us if we was right or wrong. He cleaning it up. He cleaning it up. Patience. Data is wild. El Salvador gangs took over the country, and now the rule of law is taking over. That's the way it should be. Facts. Facts. I think they should probably have a right to an attorney, though. Now, is that like a thing over there in El Salvador, though? Because I know everybody's laws in terms of like lawyers and rights and all that is different everywhere. I have no idea if that's like a right or not. If they should have it as a right or not, because I have no idea. I also think law-abiding citizens should not live in fear because of gang warfare. Facts. The baby in the wash video, don't touch my...
And using this moment to gather more popularity. He knows that a key factor for his very high popularity rates in El Salvador is the decrease in violence. And it's also his talent for communications.
Is it working?
We don't know if it's working. We know that the violence in the country has decreased in the last 2 days, but it's impossible to tell whether this is the result of the policies by the Bukele administration.
Earlier this week, Bukele said more than 70,000 gang members were still on the streets. He now says he's asking the president of Congress to convene lawmakers to give him more legal tools to take on gangs.
All right, Issa joins us now, so that's the big question. Will the Congress there in El Salvador grant him more powers?
Well, President Bukele is highly likely to get the votes that he needs to continue to make these arrests. Now, what Papier from Human Rights Watch told me is surprising to him and even of concern to him is the speed at which the president has managed to take control of the National Assembly that grants him these rights, right? I mean, he came into office just in 2019. Another thing, Tom, that I want to mention that experts talk about when they speak of the continuation of this crackdown is, again, that support, the backing that Bukele has from the Salvadoran people. This whole week, we have seen his supporters praise these efforts, right? And really throughout his presidency, they have supported him and really praised the efforts that they say that he has been a part of to curb violence in their country, something that they have been concerned about for years. Now, on Tuesday, I do want to mention that the government announced that there were no homicides reported in El Salvador. That, Tom, is exactly what Bukele's supporters want to hear right now.
Yeah, we understand that, but we also heard in your story there that the murder rate went down over 2 days. Do they know if it's tied to this policy? I mean, there's been, I think, 600 arrests or something like that. Do we know if they're connected?
There have been thousands of arrests at this point.
Okay.
The number that we got today is actually over 2,000, according to President Bukele. Unbelievable in just a matter of a few days. Tom, right now,
yeah, people may say this is harsh, but you have to break a couple of eggs to make an omelet. Yeah, I agree with you. I'm cool with it. This is honestly, this is what they need to do in Chicago, considering like all the shootings going on over there. just start taking them off the streets and cleaning the streets up. That's all they gotta do.
Experts are saying it is too early to tell whether that apparent drop in violence is due to this crackdown. Papier also said that it could be due to the fact that gangs are seeing what's happening on the streets and they're deciding to stop activity because of that, or it could be completely unrelated. We just don't know right now. It is too early to know at this time.
I agree 100%.
Thanks for watching our YouTube.
That was a good video. Oh, and these clips were from 10 months ago, so I wonder if the clips on Twitter are like the same ones, or if he's like still going for it and he's still cleaning the streets up. That's dope.
Yes,
That's dope. All right, y'all, we about to watch Jorge's video, which is gonna be funny. It's called Chi Chi Threw It Back on a Nimbus. This is gonna be a parody of Dragon Ball Z. If you've never seen Dragon Ball Z, you're probably not gonna get it, but
Yes, This is Chi Chi shaking her butt in slow motion, and that's great, but AFK Arena is also great. AFK Arena is a free-to-play idle collectible RPG available on Android, iOS, and PC. You can build up a
Alright, here we go.
It's your boy Goku.
You said never say Dragon Ball Z. Why? What's wrong with that, tech boy?
And this song goes out to all my Chi-Chis. And I want y'all to get on the Nimbus and just throw that ass back. Like, ha, yeah, yeah, yeah. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. I was surprised when Chi-Chi threw it back. I was like, damn, look at that ass clap. I said, go ahead, make that ass pop. You finna catch this Kamehameha. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. That booty made me turn Super Saiyan 5. Chi-Chi threw it back and made my power level rise. I heard Frieza came back and he trying to fight. I would save the world, but I'm preoccupied. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey. Chi-Chi threw it back on the Nimbus. Hey, hey, hey.
Yeah, I remember this chaos.
Thanks for watching, hit the like down. Thanks for watching, hit the like down. Alright.
Jorge, what a crazy way to end the streets. What a crazy way to end the street. He was like, you gonna play some of that SSJ? Tech boy, you're not gonna get it. I don't think you watched Dragon Ball Z, did you? I don't think you watched Dragon Ball Z, did you? Probably not. Probably not. But we're gonna start getting up out of here. Quick reminder, and I'm probably gonna put it in the community tabs as well. Next Monday, when I live stream on, I go live at 7 p.m. Gothix is gonna be here with me. Not in this room, but like over webcam. She gonna be on live stream with us. And that's gonna be a fun day. You're not gonna want to miss it. You're gonna want to come through. It's gonna be wonderful. You're not gonna want to miss it. Gothix is gonna be here. And that's all I got so far. Thursday, I'm gonna be in Steubenville all day with my brother, shooting a high quality episode. Hopefully it's gonna be like, when me and him talked today, he was like, I want it to look like an Anthony Bourdain episode. And he got all the equipment and stuff to make that happen because he does own a media company. So we gonna be out in Steubenville shooting some magic and getting some cool stuff back to you guys. I'm gonna try to interview Kyle as well and put that within the episode. So all these little interviews and you seeing me react to videos and doing stuff on webcam, this gonna be super high quality. It's gonna look so dope. I can't wait. I can't wait. Hold on. This one kind of fast. Tech Boy said, "Can I ask Gothics a question?" Yeah, chat's gonna be on. Like, she's gonna be live with us. Like, chat's gonna be on. You guys got questions? You can ask them. Go listen to the song, Can You Feel It? I love that song. That's one of my favorite Michael Jackson songs. K-Off, love and respect to you too. I appreciate you. I appreciate all y'all. Is my brother conservative? He's in the middle. That's the best way to put it. Because there's times when me and him talk, me and him would be on the same page, and then there's times where he'll say something that's like something a liberal would say, and I kind of just look at him. And then there's times where he's just in the middle about it. That's all. He's just, I don't know what you call it. Is that like a moderate or something? I don't know what you call somebody that's in the middle. I'm gonna be real with you. I have no idea. Can't wait for Gothics. Yo, I am pumped. I found out Sunday night when we were trying to figure out all the technical difficulties of all this new crap I put in with the theme, and we were trying to get the chat box to work and like getting your comments on screen to work. She emailed me and it was like, you know how like sometimes when I email people it has to be like professional. She came back, it looked like it was like I was talking to a friend. It was awesome. It was dope. He's on his way. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, that's how your daughter is? Okay. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see what God is. Yeah, she about to be in the building on Friday. We gonna see. Tech Boy, I know. It said test stream ignore. You came in here. It was like, hey, what's up? I was like, bro, I didn't even have the audio on. I'm like, bro, we just trying to work on stuff. So we trying to fix things. Sending you a clip to help you with haters. Good night. Thank you. I appreciate. Oh, Kyle, you just got here before I left. You enjoyed the interview with Roxy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Kyle, look, bro, I was so nervous. In the very beginning, I meant to say, Lent just started last week. What did you give up for it? And I ruined it. It came out stupid. I sounded stupid, Kyle. But while you in here, before you leave, because I already messaged you about it, if I could interview you while we are in, which I already told you about, you said outside would be cool. We're doing a whole episode, so you get the special treatment. You don't get the webcam interviews. You about to get the super special treatment. You gonna be in a whole episode. It's gonna be dope. But with that said, I'm about to get out of here because I'm hungry. School the World says she hungry. Once again, School the World, thank you for the I'm gonna call it a donation because it's technically not a super chat. But thank you, I appreciate you. And yes, once again, because I'm ecstatic. I'm gonna put it in community tabs too, probably tomorrow or Friday. But Gothic's about to be here on Monday. And I'm about to get up out of here. Yes, I'm looking forward to meeting you as well as everybody else. Cause I'm gonna be real, I don't watch everybody else's channels. Don't tell them I said that. But I'm happy to meet you and everybody else when we get out there. So I can't wait. But until then, I'ma see y'all. I'ma get out of here and get me some food.
But the righteous,
I haven't eaten all day.
As bold as lions.
I appreciate y'all. I love y'all. Videos be up. Yo, is that Tito? Kyle's interview be great.
I'm on angel time. Think the scripture's sweet, but it gets scared like it's Frankenstein.
Kyle's about to get treated like the Catholic that he is. All Protestants hate you all. It's gonna be like we brought him into jail, and I'm gonna be like, so I heard you're a Catholic, and everything is gonna go dark. Jorge, I pray for your health. Also, happy birthday, happy early birthday, Jorge. This is this weekend. I'ma see y'all. I love y'all.
Or you get called least, tell me what's your preference. I was born for this.